Hello, this is Tim from Animation Zefrog, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to export the UV map you created for your Lego minifigure and then edit it in Inkscape and GIMP and then reimport it into Blender so you can have a cool looking minifigure textured however you want. Follow your heart and all that. Okay, so I'm going to do the torso just for fun. So with the torso here, I'm just going to right click the torso, hit tab to go into edit mode. There we go. Hit tab to go into edit mode. A to select, deselect, A to select everybody. Now I gotta switch this window over to an UV image editor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna export the things that are in this box here, because those are the things we're going to be texturing. So what you have to make sure you do is make sure you select everything. Now if you don't select everything, maybe you don't want to export everything, but only the things that are selected will export. So for us, we'll select everything. And let's go down to UVs and say export UV layout. And I'm going to call it trash torso UV, and I'm going to put the period back in for the file extension. I'm going to say export UV layout. So it's been exported. I forgot to show you one thing here. Let me go back here. When you do that, and I didn't do it here, so let's go ahead and UV export this one. You want this fill opacity to be 0. Otherwise, there will be a background, a white background in the whole image, and then that might show up in when you re-import it. So it might not be a big deal for you, but I'd rather just have everything either the color I want it to be or no color at all. So say fill opacity 0, and then go to export UV layout. Now we're gonna want to put some colors on this, and you can do it in Photoshop or whatever your favorite photo editing software is. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it in Inkscape because that's what I like doing it in. And Inkscape is free. Where's my Inkscape? Here it is. Inkscape is free, and it's a vector image program, and I find it very easy to work with and work in, easier than GIMP. But if you like Photoshop and Illustrator and whatever else, maybe you have that. You could do it in Paint as well, but I've never tried. So let's just say open, and let's open that UV thingy majigger here. Say file. I like better quality. I don't know that it matters, but let's say OK. And you can see this is when I was practicing for this tutorial. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to add an image on top of this, and then we'll play around with adding some colors and text and stuff. So let me just say here, there's a lot of decals available on the internet. If you Google Lego decal whatever, you'll find assorted different decals or pictures of decals that people have, and what they're for typically is for you to print them and stick them onto your real minifigure as opposed to your digital minifigure. But you can take those pictures and crop them a little bit and edit them and then import them into GIMP or Inkscape and then use them so that way you don't have to create all this stuff. So that's what I did here. I'm going to just go here and say import, say torso decal. Okay. This is a pirate torso decal that I found on the internet, like I told you. And normally I would probably open it, the actual decal up, and take out this white space, the white stuff, and just have it fill it with alpha channel transparency. But it's okay. So I'm just gonna stick it here, and so this will show up on the front because I know this is the front of. I know that because when I made that the front. So another thing we can do is we can just take a rectangle, and when you do this, you'll see here that this is the fill and this is the stroke, and it's also down here, but you can't see it because reasons. Okay, so what you can do is just go ahead and cover it like this. And once you have it like this, you can click on the settings here. Say I don't want any stroke. There's no fill. You can change the fill to whatever you want. We're going to make it like a greenish color just so that it's easier to see that we're actually doing things here. And then let's just go ahead. How about we put another one? Let's go change it. Let's do like a brown here on the back. So whatever you don't put a color on will just be black. Since we said alpha 0, it'll be black when we import this UV map back into Blender. So I would recommend that you just have some sort of color for all these pieces. I'm gonna leave this part blank so I can show you what I'm talking about when I say that. You know, of course, we can always color, since this is a vector software. Okay, so we can say no stroke, and we can also do it like this. The only bad thing being there'll be some space around there. And then now I'm just playing around with it. Okay, but anyways. Oh, maybe here's do something. Let's do something here. Let's put a star on the back. That's cool. Okay. I'm gonna click on it. Oh wait, no. Click on this. Click on it again. Rotate the handles. Okay. You do all sorts of fun stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to do in Blender. You can just click here and say YOLO, and then you can increase it straight up to here. This works like any other object, so we can turn it around. Alright, so that's enough fun. So let's go ahead and save file, save as, and we'll just save it as export. We'll just say oops. Export 1 to where were we? Project Blender minifigure UV export 1. Save. Okay. So now the fun part, the more fun part. What we can do in order to see how it works in here, we can say open. This, I don't think you need to do this, but you should just do it, and then this basically shows us what we already knew. We'll hit tab to go out of there. Now we need to go back to the nodes here, the node editor. Here it is, and add that texture into our material. See, I have the texture is on top of the UV map in the UV view, but it's not actually part of the material. So if you just stop there, you won't see anything when you go to material or rendered. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit Shift A and say add in an image texture. And we're going to click here. I'm going to say this. I'm going to zoom in here. This torso UV thingy. Now, it's here because we already imported it into the UV image editor. If it's not, just open it here. Okay, let's go ahead and attach this to our material. And let's take out this mixture. We don't need it. Just stick it straight into there. Okay, so as you can see, the parts that we didn't texture ended up exporting white. I guess in GIMP it exports as black, and then in Inkscape it exports as white. The alpha channel exports as white. Okay, that's cool. So as you can see here, here's our beautiful star and our YOLO. Now here's the thing, because we kept this as the torso actually has two materials. I usually call this the body, actually this is the torso. It has two materials here. It's body material, which is the material that this is on, and torso material, which if you click on it you can see it's just a regular old white material. So if you had put textures on the torso, I don't think we did, you would need to import it. You need to add the image texture here as well. Just go ahead and do that for fun. So just to show you again, image texture, go ahead and click on that one here, plug it into the color, and then we don't need this mix shader anymore. So here it is. And like I said, if you don't put anything there, it'll show those lines for you. You can see on this side we didn't. So anyway, so that's how you do it in Inkscape, and that's how you export and re-import your textures. Good stuff. So now let me show you how to do it in GIMP here. So I'm going to click on my GIMP. I'm going to say File, Open. I'm going to open my UV. Ta-da! And you can see here it looks a little different because the way GIMP works is the transparency is this checkered stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with the layers here. So we're going to hit New Layer, and we'll just say Paint Layer 1. And we're going to put our stuff on here. Actually what we'll do is, for the purposes of education, I'll say open as layers, and this is how we're going to import. Let me show you that again. This is how we're going to import that decal. Say open as layers. So we'll say torso decal, open, ta-da, here it is. Now this is a little different. It's the same but different. So we're going to click on the move tool here and move it. Okay, why isn't it move? Okay, so you gotta go over here and say move layer. Move your layer down. And then you gotta click on the handy dandy scale tool. Click on it, scale it as needed. Say scale. Alright, I'm gonna move it down just for fun. Okay, so paint layer here. Let's go ahead and paint. So what we can do is we can say do the select tool. Make sure you have the paint layer selected, because if you don't, this isn't going to work. I'm just going to make a box here. And what we'll do is, with the foreground color, whatever you want it to be, if we click on the foreground color, you can make it whatever you want it to be. Just make it a strange sort of red. And we'll select the bucket tool, and it'll say foreground color, dump the paint bucket in here. So all the part of the UVS behind this red square will now be red when we import it back. Now if you want to make it bigger, you just scale this guy too. Let's go ahead and scale him down here. Scale. Let's go ahead. Let's do, just for fun, let's change it to like a bright green, and then let's do another box for all of these pieces here. Oops, what are we doing? I feel like something strange is happening. I feel like I missed something. Paint layer, flow and transformation layer. Okay, I see. So let's go ahead and click this button here. So that solidifies that layer because we transformed it. That's why. Okay, so now all those pieces are green. And now we can do this. Oh, we're going to have to select this layer. and just why isn't it doing what I want? Okay guys, I figured it out. So when you click on a layer here, it automatically just, whatever is selected here, basically that's your playground. Okay, look, so I can click here, I can't, okay? But if you select more, you get a bigger playground. Okay, now I can, even though I'm on the same layer here, I can do whatever I want. So I could go here and doodle, doodly, 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 doodly. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna doodly a little bit more, just for fun. Okay, now let's go ahead and say export as. Let's just export like this. Export. Replace. Export again. Let's jump over here. Yep, not over here. That's a different tutorial going. Over here, and we have our torso, body, a body material. Let's look up this picture here. This one. Open image. And now we can see our doodlies and our leopard print, and we can see that here where nothing was textured, where no texture was put, it's black, not white like in Inkscape. So there you go. So there you go. Have fun guys. Enjoy.